and take home your Ultima today.
iPhone 5 pre-sales are at a record high, but some people are still a little skeptical about switching over or investing in the latest edition. Our webdoc, Peter Martin, is here with how you can get the best value for your old iPhone and some changes you can expect to see with the new one. And they're pretty cool. Thanks, Peter, for being with us.
Oh, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, the iPhone is on its way out now. This is the old one. I could not get a new one. But from what I've seen and read, it is a phenomenal new phone. It's much improved. And one of the nice things about iPhone and Apple, what they did was they took an already great phone and they made it even better, which is a wonderful thing to see.
And so we know that the screen is bigger. You can have more apps on the screen. But there are some things inside that make this phone better. Let's talk about some of those.
Well, one of the things inside is they basically made the case a little bit different. But inside the phone, they've got a better camera, which works a lot better in low light. It has better capture rates. But they also put a better antenna, a bigger battery. The battery lasts longer. And the new antenna is actually a much better antenna, so you're going to get much better reception with the phone as opposed to the old phone, which actually had very good reception in its own mind.
Okay, and talk about this A6 chip.
The A6 chip is a great chip. It's a faster chip. It processes much faster and gives the phone some new capabilities. A couple different things with it is when you get the new phone, it will not have a YouTube loaded to it because they changed that, so you'll have to download YouTube. But the chip is faster. It makes the phone work better. And the other thing that I liked about the phone was the fact that they took the case and they made the case aluminum. So they took the metal off the back. They made this all aluminum back, so if you drop it, less likely to break. But they also took the aluminum off the side and made this glass. And that's one of the reasons why the phone has better reception, because they changed that. So one of the things about the inside, going back to the inside, what you're saying is a lot of people complaining about the fact you're going to get new adapters. The reason for that...
I know John.
I'm complaining
That's
about
his big complaint.
Well, the reason why is not that they were trying to make you buy new adapters. It's because they needed this area. So the new adapter is much smaller because it needed to accommodate. Because the new phone is actually smaller and lighter than the old phone. So they went with a larger screen and brought all the new features. And they made the phone even lighter than the old phone.
Okay. And if we're trying to decide between you have the 4S, or if you're me, you just got the 4, and you're trying to decide, is it worth it? What do you think is the biggest selling point?
The biggest selling point is the new screen, the larger screen. Everybody likes a larger screen. You'll actually be able to see it a little bit better. It works a little bit better, graphics, and it's faster. So those are the big selling points. And, of course, it's going to be much better reception.
And better maps.
Oh, much better maps. With the new chip, they also have upgraded to a better mapping software program, because Google a couple years ago bought a company that did all that, so they integrated that, so they got away from Google Maps. And also, the biggest thing that I liked was turn-by-turn directions, which is great. That's a nice feature, because the old direction program was not very good, and if you got a phone call, then you had to start all over again. So the turn-by-turn direction is going to be another nice feature of the iPhone 5.
And what about getting rid of the old phone? What should we do with that?
Well, there's a lot of companies that will actually buy your old iPhone. There's a couple companies out there. One is that I like is Gazelle, and you can basically go online. They'll ask you a couple questions about your phone. They'll tell you what model, and they will literally tell you what they're going to pay you for it. And then they will, you send it to them, and they pay you. They can pay you on PayPal or whatever. So it's very easy to trade your old phone in and cash it out, and then use that money to go buy a new phone.
All right, so you're considering. Sell you any more on it, John?
I'm still waiting to see about that little adapter.
The adapter
whether
issue.
or not that supports the video out and the iPod out. I've read in some blogs, and I don't know if it's true or not because I haven't seen one, whether or not it actually does support all those extra functions, which are important to me. So I don't know.
Okay. Wait and see.
It'll be interesting to see.
All right. Well, our webdoc, Peter, will be joining us every week with new and helpful technology tips. If you have a question for our webdoc, just email him at wwsbwebdoc@mysuncoast.com. And in other tech news, JetBlue is launching a faster in-flight Wi-Fi. Hey, maybe use your Apple iPhone. Here's ABC's John Mueller.
In today's Tech Bites, iPhone